Yeah, this liquor got me feeling pretty, I can't even front. Connected to a higher power, I don't need a blunt. I got options, baby, trust me, I don't mean to stunt. I send a nude to a hoe that I don't even want. Ain't feeling you, but I can feel the liquor kicking in.
Ooh. Hello everybody, my name is China. Welcome back to my channel. Ew. I'm coming back to y'all with a brand new video today. Okay, I swear I be trying to get out of saying that ew, but y'all are not letting me. Y'all just ain't letting me. Like, I personally feel like it's a little bit played out and stuff, but hey, if y'all want it, y'all can get it. So whatever. Like, I don't be thinking that y'all gonna notice that I didn't say it, but like, no, y'all be on me like white on rice. Like, oh my god. Anyway, today we have a story time, and this story time is going to be on a person that I deeply regret. Like, my biggest regret in life was being with this person, and I don't say that to be mean or spiteful or anything like that, because I don't give a fuck about this person now at all, like zero fucks. But I just thought that I would tell y'all the story time because it's a part of my life that happened, and it did mold me into the woman that I am today. That relationship did. So yeah, so this is going to be a story time on how, well, you see the title, but a nigga kicked me out of the crib butt naked. Okay, so I think, yeah, it was definitely still, yeah, it was definitely cold outside. I think it was like fall time or something like that, and I was at this guy's house as per usual, his dirty ass house. I was there, and well, let me start by saying how old I was. I was about either 16 or 17, one of those ages, somewhere around there. So yeah, I was about 16 or 17, and I go to this guy's house as per usual. I'm always at his house. That was my man's. Like, you know, I was always at his house. He's so dusty because, first of all, I had to always walk to his house, and he lived about, it was probably about a 45-minute walk. So, and my dumb ass would really walk to his house. Like, my mom would be like, China girl, no, like, if you can't at least get you a cab or whatever, like, no. But, you know, I would lie to my mom and be like, oh no, he meets me halfway, like, so I don't have to walk the whole way, or I would tell her like, oh no, he'll be waiting at the top of the alleyway for me and we walk together. But in reality, no, I would just be walking there on my own in the hood, honey. He lived in the trenches, might I add, and I would just be walking there alone. And at night, a lot of times he would have me walk home alone. Sometimes at night though, he did call me a little cab or whatever, but so, like, or he would just walk me up to a certain point, and then the rest of the way home at night he would have me walk home. Like, yeah. So I was at his house, got done walking there as per usual. Like I said, it was like the fall time, so it got dark pretty early, and the whole day, you know, we would just chill up in his room or whatever, watch movies, order something to eat. But this particular day, I don't think he didn't have any money to get us anything to eat or anything like that, and they would never really have food in their house. So we got done doing the wooty woo. Gives me the heebie-jeebies thinking about it now. But we got done doing that, and we're laying there, no clothes on whatsoever, because, you know, we just got done doing, we literally just got done doing it. And as we're laying there, my stomach gets a little rumble, bitch. I'm hungry. Like, that worked up an appetite apparently, and I wanted something to eat. So I didn't ask for much, y'all. I really did not ask for much. I asked him, I said, can I have like $2 or $3 so I can go to the corner store? Because he had a corner store right down the street, like literally like not even a minute walk. I said, can I have a few dollars just so I can go to the corner store and get something to eat? I'm hungry. And y'all, he snapped. Like, he's over there like, oh my gosh, like, you always want something. Mind you, I did not ask much of him. Like, if y'all knew the whole story, like our whole relationship, which I might do story times on every situation, bitch, No, that'd be too many situations to do a story time on. But he's like, you always asking for something. Like, yo, I can't even remember everything he was saying, but he was just going off like, you always ask for. And then, y'all, this is where it got me. He started going like this to my head. Like, he turned around in the bed and was like pointing his finger in my head like this. Like, so I'm like, oh no, I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing. So I hop up and we literally like started fighting, like tussling around, fighting. Like, y'all, he was pissed for some reason, like really like throwing me on the bed and shit. And I'm fighting, swinging, all this, whatever. And then in the middle of it, he's like, you know what? Get the fuck out. Get out. And I'm like, okay, bitch, I'll leave. Just let me put my clothes on. Because mind you, this fighting and shit we was doing, we was motherfucking naked. Somewhere in there, he put on his boxers or something like that. But I'm still naked. I managed to like grab my underwear, I feel like, and put it on. And he's like, no, get out. Like, before he was like pushing me, trying to push me out, I managed to put my underwear on. And he's like, no, fuck your clothes, just get the fuck out. And I'm like, okay, no, but what we're not going to do is this. Like, I'm going to get dressed and then I'll gladly leave, but just let me put my things on and then I can be on my way. And he's like, nah, fuck that, get out of my house, get out. Like, pushed me out of his door and shit. Like, he threw my clothes out of his room and everything like that, and was not trying to let me get dressed. Like, y'all, it was the most degrading thing ever. Like, to think I had been with this person for I don't even know how long at the point, but the fact that I asked you for $2 or $3 to go to the corner store so I can get something to eat after we just got done having sex, and you couldn't even do that. Like, and then this leads to you trying to put me out of your house naked in the hood at night. It's cold. Like, now thankfully his mom heard all of the commotion, and so she came downstairs. Her room, we were like on the 2nd floor and her room was like the 3rd floor. So she came down, she's like, yo, what is going on? What is going on? I forget what he said. Like, he said something that wasn't even the case. And I was like, no, like, he's trying to put me out of this house butt naked. Like, he's not letting me put my clothes on. I'm trying to put my clothes on and go, and he's not letting me put my clothes on and go. And she's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not gonna say his name. She's like, but what are you doing? Let her put her clothes on. Like, what are you doing? Let her put her clothes on. And so he's still mad, like trying to push me out of the room and stuff, and she has to like break it up and like get in between us and everything like that so that he can stop pushing me and so that I can put my clothes on. Mind you, she see me with my little boobs out and everything, because like it's just so embarrassing. Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. So she actually did sit there and let me put my clothes on, and he was sitting there mad, still talking shit or whatever the whole time. And then she's like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're even gonna make her walk in this dark and cold or whatever? And so she's like, come on, come with me. And she was so nice that day because she did end up giving me a ride home. Yeah, she ended up giving me a ride home. And on the way home, of course, I'm crying and stuff because I just thought about the whole scenario that just went down, and I'm like, damn, like, it's like that? It's like that? Like, this is somebody, like, that literally cannot be love. Like, it can't be. Like, how could that even be possible? Like, yeah, I'm crying and stuff on the way home, and she's actually telling me, like, I don't deserve that. Like, I shouldn't be putting up with that and all this stuff. And everything she was saying was true. Like, ladies, you know it's real, and you know you should leave a relationship when even the person's mom is saying that you should leave the relationship. Like, she wasn't really saying it, but she was saying it. Like, she's like, how much we fight and stuff, because of course every time we fight we'd be in his house most times, so she knew all the stuff that like we would go through. And yeah, she's like, you shouldn't be putting up with that, that ain't right, really trying to talk to me. But yeah, I went home, I told my mom about it. And for my mama, that was it. Like, she no longer liked him at all. Of course, what mother would after their daughter just went through that with this guy that she already thought wasn't even good enough for me in the first place? Like, well, actually, before that point, she actually did like him. But then I wouldn't really tell her about all the other arguments we would have, because we would literally argue every day. No good day. It was no good day. I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not capping. None of that. We had no good days. 0, none, zilch, nada. Yeah, I went home crying and shit, telling my mom what happened, and that was it for her. She's like, no, China, you need to be done. You need to be done. Like, it's going to be hard, but don't answer his calls, don't answer his text messages, none of that. And it was especially hard because at the time we worked at the same place, like at this little tutoring job or whatever. And so yeah, he would always see me, and of course I ended up going back. I was telling my mom, like, yo mom, I'm not ready to leave him. Like, I know, stupid me, but I was young, mind you, 16, 17. No nigga could ever even dream of it now. Like, but anyway, I was like, mom, I'm not ready to leave. And she's like, okay, if you ain't ready to leave, you need to teach that nigga a lesson. Like, for a few days, do not answer no calls, no texts, no nothing. Let him beg to be back with you. And that's exactly what I did. A few days had went by. I think it was like the weekend or something like that, so we didn't even have to be at work. A few days went by. I wasn't answering no calls, no text message, anything. He was blowing me up. Like blowing me up. It wasn't until we went back to work. I think it was probably like that Monday or something. We went back to work. All throughout the time we was at work, I was ignoring him, but he knew what bus stop I went to. So he came to my bus stop. I remember it was right now, I was holding up my little umbrella and shit. He came to the bus stop and was literally crying. Like, he was crying. And that's when I took him back, unfortunately, because a series of misfortunate events continued to occur until I was just done. And there wasn't shit he could say to me, baby. Best decision of my life. But yeah, that was that story time. I was young and dumb, clearly. We all have those moments, but I do honestly regret that relationship. I wish I was never in it, because like all through my high school years and shit, I wasted my high school. That's when, you know, people be flirting around and shit. And I was just tied down to this nigga, and he was no good. He was just, the whole thing was just toxic. Like, and I feel like he turned me toxic too. Like, I did not go into that relationship being toxic, because I had never even had a relationship before that one. He was like my first everything. So yeah, but it taught me, like, after that, I didn't really put up with much from no nigga. None. Like, none. It was even guys who would be like, damn, like, I respect you. You're cutting me off right now, but I respect you because you really know your self-worth. And I'd be like, yeah, see ya. Okay, y'all, so that's basically it for this story time. If you enjoyed it and you want more, be sure to give me a big thumbs up and smack the screen right where that subscribe button is, and you might as well hit the notification bell, because you already know I'm gonna be right back at it like a crack addict, and that's on Poonem. Adios.